Hey y'all, again, thanks for checking in Euclid Mining. Today I'm going to be doing the part 2 to the grow tent video. This one is going to be where I'm going to go ahead. As you can see, I'm still a mess. I woke up this morning and I just wanted to get right back into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move some of the fans around. I'm going to take that 8-inch out. I'm going to swap it with the 6-inch. I'm going to take the 8-inch completely out, put the 6-inch where the 8-inch was, and then leave the whole opening where the 6-inch was. And this sounds confusing, but when I start getting into the video, you'll see it. So I hope this gives you a little more, an in-depth view of what I'm trying to get done. And hopefully you'll start to see maybe some of my mistakes and hopefully the success. So I'll be back in just a little bit and I will show you where we're at. All right, y'all, here we are, part 2 on the giant grow tent. And what I've done is I've taken out the 6-inch fan from here and I've moved it to this side. And I've just taken the 8-inch fan, it's just sitting inside here, unhooked. As you can see, I only have the one hooked up right now. I just fired it up, so we're watching temperature. We're 63, it's jumped to 64. We just started, so it's been running for only just a minute, really. Let's see. Let's get this out of the way. So, yeah, this is just running for a minute. I've got all 5 cards going right now. This is on Ravencoin. And this is to see what happens. So really this is just a waiting game. So I'm going to let this run for a little bit and I'm going to monitor these temperatures. So it was 63 jumping to 64. Now we're going from 64 and it jumps up to 65 a little bit. So this is that one card that seems to run warmer than the others. These are all identical cards. So if I could keep that temperature around that 65, I would be happy. Before I had that 8-inch in there and it wasn't. Now I just did order another 6-inch fan that I'm going to put here anyway, and I can adjust it to see what I need. But right now I do have that negative pressure, it seems like, because now it's pulling air in without a fan sucking it in. And the exhaust obviously is blowing it out. So I haven't done much from last night when I ended this, besides swap these 2 fans. So I'm just going to let this run, and I'll be back in a little bit. We'll test it and see where we're at. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're back again, and here we are. We are still running at 67. Again, that's my problem card, or the one card that's running warmer than the others. So as you can see, the pressure has blown this thing up like a balloon. I have the air coming in. I put that 8-inch here on super low just to emulate the air being pulled in. And it doesn't seem like it's making too much of a difference. So I'm gonna let this run a little bit longer, but I don't think that this is doing anything better. Wow, that's like a balloon. So, I don't know if that's too much air being pulled in, even at the low speed. Let's go ahead and turn up the 6-inch fan. Actually, let's, we didn't close this little thing up. Let's just make sure that's sealed up. Let's turn this fan up. Okay, so that's on maximum for that 6-inch pulling out. And that's on the lowest setting pulling in. So I saw it hit 66, then it jumped back to 67. You know, if it was at 66, man, if it would just stay at 66 or 65, I would be tickled pink. You know what I mean. All right. Once again, let's see. See if I close that, it blows up. If I do that, I could feel the air coming back out. it does settle this down a little bit. So it's not as that's pretty tough in there. I think it's just this 8-inch fan is pulling too much, even at its lower speed, and it's not giving the right flow for here. So, but even that should still get some temperature difference if it was really doing it. So I'm on the fence still for the negative or positive. So right now it's positive. As you can see, it's bowed out on the side, whereas earlier we had it where it was bowed in on there for the negative pressure. So it looks like I'm running the same exact temperature with this fan here. Doesn't seem to do anything more, and that's where we're at. Even when I had this one off and I had the 8-inch over there, it wasn't cooling it any better than it is now. So the only difference was that that fan was a lot louder. The 8-inch fan is a lot louder than the 6-inch. And that was the only difference that I had in that. So I will go with the lesser noisy one. So, okay, I am not done yet. I think I need another trip to Lowe's or hardware store to get the exact duct that I want. This 6-inch here is the insulated one. I'm not going to need something so big and bulky when I'm inside here. I'm just going to get like dryer vent hose. It's just the aluminum one. You've seen that. I got this one because it was going to have the heat coming out of here, and I didn't want any extra heat in the room. So as you can see, it's very thin. So once I pull this up and seal it around there, that'll keep that heat in the pipe, so it won't, dissipate into the room, and that'll keep that nice and cool that way. But going in, I don't need it insulated because it's just cool air going in, so I'm not worried about that. Like this one, I have the wire coming out of this hole to plug it in, but I'm not worried because that's cooler. Whereas this one, I have the wire coming out the side because I didn't want it coming out the back where that's going to be getting hot. I didn't want the wire resting in that hot all the time. So anyway, we are still holding 67. It hasn't gone up any higher. So I'm going to shut this one down, the 6-inch, and we're going to go back to that one and we're going to try that again. But we're going to try it with some doors open this time, with both doors open on the top and the bottom. So I'll be back. So let's see where we're at. It's been going for just a little bit. Let it run for about 10 minutes so far. We're going between 66 and 67 right now, so it has gone up a little bit. 65 is really my target. My other open air rigs are running at like 55 and 60, so I don't know if this is the answer. What I've done is I've closed this one, still have that wide open, and this one is open, obviously, as you can see that. It is blowing out over here, so that's still 67. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this up a little bit. Let's put it up on maximum, just for argument's sake. Let's just go max. Before I had it on the low setting, so let's crank it up. Again, it is giving that negative pressure. You can see the sides are bowed in. I can really feel that air getting pulled in here. And that's another thing. Do I want to close this one? Jeez, I don't even know. Like I said, do I want to put some duct work like this and put it in here and have that so that air is being pulled in and it's being pulled into the bottom down there. And then let me go ahead and open that up so we could just take a quick peek and I could show you. It'll be a little loud when I open this. So I got that up high and it's still climbing. 67, it hit 68, there's 68. It's back and forth. Let's go ahead and open this up. So like I said, I don't know if I want to put that. So now it says it's 81 degrees in there. So, I don't know if I want to put the duct here and have the duct come down and be down there blowing the air, you know, or the air being sucked in from there and then being released up? Or is it being sucked in here and then just getting sucked right back out over here? So it's not even reaching the rig. So I think that might be another step. I'm going to go down to the garage and cut a piece, and I think I'm going to try that and have this drop down and then come across and then have it over there, so it'll just come to the edge like here and then just be sucking out air to that section. And then since it'll be lower, it'll have to come across, up, and then out to the fan over here. So of course my temperature's dropped because I got this open, 66 again, so this isn't obviously correct. But also something else I didn't talk about, so I got the PDU. Something else I didn't tell you I had to buy was the wires, the plugs. So I got the, what did I get? The 14 gauge, 10-foot cords, and they go back here. You can see them back there. And then through one of the holes, one of the vent holes on the bottom, but don't break my neck trying to get around this thing, I have them all coming up. So I have the internet here. I have 2 more plugs because I have 4 total. I got 4 10-foot, 14 gauge wires. I got the extra heavier gauge because I really just want it to be safe. You know, I could probably got an 18 or 16. I went down to the 14 gauge. It was the heaviest gauge they offered in this model, or any of their cords for this kind. So I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to have any issues with electricity. You know, I'm deathly afraid, if you've watched my other videos about electricity, burning my house down. It's bad enough my wife doesn't like this to begin with. She really wouldn't like it if the house was on fire. So but I'm not an electrician, so you're gonna have to talk to your electrician and find out. I always go with a heavier gauge for anything I do because, you know, I want to make sure I'm not going to ever have any problems with power. So that's why I probably only needed a 20 amp. I went 30 amp. You know, I could have gotten 18 gauge, went down from 18, didn't get 16, went down to 14, so it's even thicker. You know, that's just me. You're going to do you and figure it out, you know. So all right, so I'm gonna zipper this back up and we're going to see. So like I said, I did order the other fan and I am going to get that one, but let's you can see the other, it's the 8-inch down here just sitting in here. So let's zipper this back up and we're going to keep fooling around with these fans and see where we end up. That's really not much more I can do. I can open this up and close it 37 times for you if somehow that helps you, but I think you've seen in there and you've heard me talking enough. So these cords here, this is just the internet I have now. So when I bought also, I bought the TP link because I don't have internet up here. If anybody has used these are awesome. You just plug this into the wall, and what you do is you plug one of these into the wall where your internet comes in. You plug into it there, and then once you grab, then you get another one of these and you plug it into an outlet, and you click the button downstairs, then you click this button, and then it makes a connection in here, and then you have internet. And then from here, I have a little switch inside of here, and then that will break it up for the rest of it. For right now, I've got this wire running into the other room because I haven't hooked this up yet. So I got to run downstairs and get this thing set up. Once I have this set up, that white wire is the one that's going to be hooked up. So for now, these things, I have some wires coming in here. One's for the monitor. I'll buy a 10-foot cord and have that. Like I said, I'm going to put a shelf here so I can put all that up on it. But that cord won't be there, and that wire will come underneath like the other ones inside there. And then that way it'll be real clean and there'll be no wires dangling around. Like I said, for now, this is what I'm doing. So, all right, let's close it up. And once again, we will be back. I'm going to mess around with opening up these vents. I got this one closed here now just because of what I was doing. And we'll see. I think I'm going to wind up leaving these open. But again, I don't know, because I don't want the air to come in here and be pulled across the top of this and get sucked right out. I want it to mix down below and then go low and then come up and then out, so it really mixes with that warm air. So I think I'm going to try that also. Guys, this is all trial and error. You've seen other videos, like I said, an earlier video that I made. There's a lot of these, and there is tons of reading on this, but it's really, you know, trial and error. Did they have the same size grow tent? Did they have different types of inline fans? You know, are they mining Ethereum? Are they mining Ravencoin? You know, Ravencoin draws more power, definitely gives off more heat. So, you know, there's all these variables, and, you know, so are you doing Ethereum? Are you doing Ravencoin? What coin are you mining? Is your grow tent smaller? Do you have the same fans, or stronger or lesser fans? You know, what else? You know, what kind of air are you pulling in and out of here? So it's really just, it's just going to be dialing it in. Once I get this dialed in, though, if somebody did want to reproduce this, they could, knowing what I'm mining, and then what exhaust and I did. So like I said in the other video, I'm going to have links in the description to all the parts that I've used, you know, even the ductwork, everything that I'm doing. And then that way, if you did want to reproduce this, excuse me, I just had a Jersey Mike sub. So if you want to reproduce this, you can do this pretty simply by just going and buying the parts that I bought and then recreating it. I'm even going to tell you what fan speeds I'm running at. Of course, do you keep your house warmer or colder? Depends what air get pulled in, but I'll even show you my thermostat so you'll know what kind of air I'm running in my house. And then that way, hopefully, it will be cookie cutter for you to do something like this and just, you know, out of the box, set it up like I did and rock out. So I've got both vents closed. Now I keep showing you this one card because that's the one card that runs the hottest. So if I go in here and I'll show you these other ones, you know, 64, 64, 63, 62, you know, I mean, I love that. But that's that one card. So that's the card that I've been focusing on because that's the only one that's running really hot. And, you know, I can't even say that that's terrible, but mid 60s, you know, 65 is really, like I said, you know, a lot lower would be even better. So, let's see if I've got my, let's see what I have here for this one running. So you can see here the temps, you know, 65, 62, 55, 65. Now that's open air and that's in the other room. So that one eventually will come in here also. And that's why I definitely got that other 6-inch fan, because I want to, when I put that other one in here, it definitely, you know, obviously will be more heat. So anyway, I'm going to keep messing around with this and I'll be back with some more settings and we will eventually get this dialed up. All right, I'll be back. All right, everybody. So I'm going to wrap that up. I am going to have a part 3 to this, and that's going to be when I get the other fan in. I also want to get some 6-inch elbow joints for this, so that when the air comes out of the tent, it's not just in the ductwork being bent, so that way if the ductwork has any bends in it that, you know, crimp it at all, I want to have free flowing. So I'm going to have an elbow on the outside turning and going and one on the inside coming in. That way on both sides it has, you know, pure airflow, and then when it leaves and goes down the venting, the ductwork I have from, you saw in the video, the silver insulated ductwork, the 6-inch, it'll go all the way across. I may even actually buy a third one for the elbow joint where it goes, because it comes like this and then makes a turn and then goes out the window. So that way that also will have no kinks or bends in it, and I'm going to be guaranteeing that I have that perfect flow. When the tube is straight, obviously it's straight and the opening is perfect. It's when you make those turns that, you know, maybe a regular AC guy would say, you know, you're really going overboard, but I want this to be as clean as it can be. If you've seen my videos, other things I do, I get a little OCD on this stuff, and I want it to be exactly the way I want it to be. Now my videos from here on out are going to have that sound in it. I hope it's not too much. We'll see when this video is over. I'm going to watch the video and see how bad that sound is, but I'm not going to have much option. This room is the room. You know, the mining exercise room cave is it. So I'm still wearing the clothes I had on yesterday. I went to bed, I woke up, and I've been working on this all day again. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've been up since about 7. I went to bed last night. It must have been around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was just too eager to finish this off. So I did, like I said, order the fan. I'm going to buy those elbow joints, and then I'm going to go ahead and start duct taping and getting more of those clamps to lock everything down. But I think for the most part, I think we're about 90% there. And for where we are at 90%, again, I'm running at 67 for that one card. That's the hot card. So look, I'm going to put a link in the description for all the parts that I used again, like I did in my last video. I hope this has helped. I am going to have, like I said, that part 3 where I'm going to get everything locked down, and then I'll show you the completed project. And that way, if you want to do this project, you will know exactly what to buy. So many of these videos out there are, you know, piecemeal together. They don't show you all the stuff. They talk about, you know, this fan or that fan. They don't really get into it. So I hope this video is going to show you everything that I've used, from the ductwork to the elbow joints, the grow tent, the fans, the wires I talked about. Look, you know, if you want a link in the description for the screwdriver I used, you know, and the flathead, you know, I'll put it all in there, so you will see exactly what it's going to cost you, and you can look those numbers up. So this has been a project that I have enjoyed doing, frustrating as it may be, and as long as it may have taken to get to this point, this is fun. Some people might argue that, but I had a blast doing this, and I will hopefully see you all for part 3. Thanks for checking in. You know the routine. One of those, couple of those. Give me some love. I'll see you soon.